This is Get to Know Alabama. Today, I'm so excited to introduce you all to Andrea Meade, owner and principal designer of Ellie Cate Home. It's also a very special episode because today is Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Through Ellie Cate Home, Andrea has paid tribute to the influential women in her life and continues to help families create meaningful moments through their design services every single day. Let's go get to know Andrea and Ellie Cate Home just a little bit better. All right, Andrea, thank you so much for having me today. I'm excited to learn more about you, your design style, the services you offer, but it is a really special day. Today is Mother's Day. I want to hear more about the special matriarchs in your life that have helped inspire this brand of Ellie Cate Home.
It is named after my grandmother and my mom. They are probably two of the most influential women in my life. They taught me everything I know about nurturing a home, not only from just the aesthetic and design, but really making a space that feels loved and inviting for other people. My grandmother, who was an amazing cook, and her name was Ellis, which comes from Ellie. She really taught me of just the importance of just having an inviting home and using all of your skills and talents and gifts to really nurture other people. And then my mom, we laugh because she was a little OCD, but she really taught us about systems and how important that was for productivity in the home and how being organized and just nurturing and making sure your home felt special, that there was a right place you were really proud of. So I've tried to do that in my home, and obviously I've named the company after those two women.
I know from kind of talking to you before and reading about you, you've had a really interesting career evolution, starting from a different place and now ending up in interior design. Can you tell people a little bit of that story?
Sure. I actually started my professional career in pharmaceutical sales. And so I did that for 18 years. Both of my kids were born prematurely and spent time in the NICU. So after that second NICU visit, I decided it might be time to take a break and just focus on healing and just being a mom. But I also wanted to continue to work on my own home. It was my time. And I started an Instagram account like most people do now. And all of a sudden people started asking questions. And of course, my business background, my wheels started spinning. And we had one client who, during the pandemic, was moving from Chicago back home to Jackson, Mississippi. And it was going to be a full home furnishings. And so once we completed that project, I said, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing for the next phase of life. So that was really how my career pivot began. But it's been so similar. Working in pharmaceuticals, I mean, you're so focused on helping people and making sure that you can help them match the right resources to do more and live better and just have a healthier outcome of life. And I've noticed there's just in the home, it's the same thing.
That's one reason I love doing these interviews, because you really get to know people and see inside their minds. I don't think anyone else would put together pharmaceuticals and interior design and be able to kind of find the through line, but the fact that you have, I think, is really meaningful. How has that background kind of influenced your approach to design now?
I think my background in pharmaceuticals really taught me how to listen effectively to what my customers' needs are. Every patient need is different because although it's healthcare, no two things operate the same. And I think bringing that approach when we're helping clients, really design a unique perspective on their own home is what's helped me do that.
We've touched on this a little bit. You're typically designing for the woman of the home. What kind of client are you typically designing for, and where are they usually located?
It's funny, we typically do work with women, although we've had some really wonderful male clients. But typically we're working with women who are leaders and in leadership roles within their industry, but they just want to finally take the opportunity to celebrate themselves in their home. We say our territories like Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia. We have worked with clients from everywhere to College Station, Texas, out to North and South Carolina.
These women, they're working outside of the home, sometimes inside of the home. What part does motherhood play in the concept of a design in a home?
As it relates to motherhood, I always think about my own experience and my home. I think I mentioned both of my kids were born prematurely. I always think of home as being the place for healing and creating calm and serene spaces. How do we create a home that you can continue to nurture not only yourself, but nurture your family? Moms, we're always thinking about everybody else.
Yeah.
We always like to encourage them, where do you want to be in your home? What experiences do you personally need to have?
You described the specific design aesthetic of Ellie Cate Home.
Yeah, we like to say that we are modern, traditional, with an edge of sophistication. I like modern things, but I'm really rooted in tradition. So if clients love antiques or if they love to pull in family heirlooms, I think those are always extremely special.
What all services do you guys offer?
So we offer everything from virtual design all the way up to full service design. So we like to help clients and meet them where they are.
You're so inspiring, I think, for so many women when it comes to how we can redefine what we want to do with our career, who we are, evolving. I think it's really special. This is a question that we ask everyone. What's a common misconception that you hear about Alabama?
Oh, there's so many. I think one of the things that people misunderstand about Alabama is that we have kind of a narrowed way of thinking. I had the opportunity, and I say the privilege, of growing up in what some people refer to as God's country, Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, Roll Tide. I mean, obviously it's the home of the University of Alabama, but it had such a huge influence and impact on the community itself. So growing up in the Tuscaloosa City school systems, and then we all went to Central High School at that time. And so regardless of your zip code, your socioeconomic background, race, ethnicity, culture, we were all at the same school. And it was really a place where you could thrive, and everybody felt celebrated. Everybody felt a place where they belonged. And we all we loved on each other.
Wow.
But what I think it did is really prepared all of us for what the world would look like and what it would take to be successful. And then obviously I attended the University of Alabama and began working in pharmaceutical sales, which took me across the country. I even had the opportunity when I was in high school to be an exchange student in Japan. And again, these were opportunities that came along because of the University of Alabama, but it broadened my horizons. And I think that's one of the misconceptions that people have Alabama is that, we only know Alabama, but so many of us have had those opportunities to go beyond the state, and I love bringing those experiences back home and sharing them with other people.
How does living here now, still in Alabama, you're in the Birmingham area though, how does it inspire you creatively?
Just the natural environment of our state lends to so much creativity.
If someone is not quite ready to hire an interior designer, but they really want to create a beautiful space in their home, how can they define their own style and do that?
The way that you define your own style is really to take a personal inventory of who you are, what your experiences are, and what your life journey has been, and what aspects of that you want to bring into your home. During our design consultation, there's a series of questions that we ask that really help our clients dig deep and go beyond what colors you like, but where's the place that you've traveled that every time you think of it, you're like, that was the most amazing hotel or resort or city I've ever visited. What about that city? I think if you're not ready to hire an interior designer, there are questions and things that you can ask yourself about the experiences you've had in life and what about those that you want to celebrate and bring into your home. Start collecting images, start collecting pictures, whether that's from magazines, Instagram, Pinterest, and then take time. Don't do a knee jerk and just go buy something. I mean, it's okay. We all need a plan. Planning is great. Create a plan and a strategy that's going to help you break down your spaces that are the most important to you, prioritize, and then slowly start implementing. This is actually a project that we're working on right now. It's called Project Greenside. And what we do for every client is we go through a process where we get them to kind of this point, which allows us to look at the furniture selections and all of the things that we would want to include in their final design, in their final room, outside of just like small accessories. That's like another layer. But we want to help them select the right sofas, flooring, textiles, and just case goods that are really going to fit well within the space. When I'm designing spaces and I really have creative freedom, I like to find a way to place a horse or have some type of nod to the equestrian lifestyle. So we have one here And then we had the privilege of being part of the 2004 Birmingham Home and Garden Inspiration Home. We did a bedroom. We wanted to make it really romantic and soft. But of course, I found a way to implement 2 horses.
All right, for this rapid fire, I want to play a little game with you. I think
Okay.
it'll be educational for our followers, for me, selfishly. I'm going to give you a trend. You just say in or out. Okay?
Okay, here we go.
All right, arched doorways,
In,
washable rugs,
out,
gallery walls.
in,
What about white kitchens?
in and out.
Okay, do you want to explain that one a little bit more?
Sure, I think for a long time the trend has been crisp, white, clean kitchens. And I mean, I love a clean environment, trust me. But I mean, the key now is to bring in a lot more warmth and depth. So we're helping our clients, if they want a white kitchen, just choose warmer whites or create some kind of contrast.
Printed curtains.
Pattern always in,
What about all neutrals?
always in. I love neutrals. I'm a neutral person naturally, although I love to add a touch of color, really intentional with where you want to bring that color in and choosing things, whether it's accessories or art or pillows or your curtains or your rug floor coverings. Use those spaces to bring in just a little bit of color to add that visual interest and depth to your space. Intentional color is where you want to be right now.
Unfortunately, my intentional color in this stage of life is like my toddler's basketball goal in the middle of my living room. Andrea, you have been such a joy to talk to. Thank you so much for your time. Happy Mother's Day again.
Mother's Day to you, and thank you. This is such an honor. I mean, Soul Grown's like amazing, and I've learned so much about all the different small businesses and just opportunities there are here in Alabama that I would have never known about. Just honored to be here.
Well, thank you. Now people can know more about Andrea and Ellie Cate Home. This is Get to Know Alabama. We'll see you guys next time.